The Friday Morning Rant with Shane Halfyard contains adult language, adult themes, adult humor, satire humor, and pretty much anything that isn't PC. So if you can't handle that, Jack, piss off. You're at the wrong show. It is Friday, June 21st, 2019. I wasn't going to make a show today. In fact, I put a show up on Wednesday to kind of make up for last Friday and for today. But it went a bit long. I made a mistake. The mistake was trying to do a skit to get my point across, and I am not a skit person. So I am just going to stick to joking around and saying what I want to say. And I decided to do Straight Pride once again, but the quick version. Well, not the quick version. Stay tuned for tomorrow's is going to be the quick version. Today is the quick version. And the quick version is this. All right? Some guy in Boston wants to hold a straight pride parade this August. And there is a huge backlash at him from the LGBTQ community and from the straight community. All right? Like, I only did a cursory look around. Okay? Cursory look around. Now I'm going to read what some of them say, and then I'm going to address it, and then I'm going to kind of go on my way. Okay, Andy Cohen said, dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard. Well, Andy, that's nice. You know, I'm glad. And he gave it a total of 3 seconds thought, by the way. The guy walked up, said, what do you think about this? He turned around and said, dumbest fucking thing I've heard. He didn't say, I don't really know. Maybe I should take some time to reflect on it. He just went, dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard. Chris Evans said, a whole bunch of stuff. But one of the things he said was, it's like people who are homophobic wanting to do it. And some redheaded chick on The View said that. Right? Let's talk about The View. Okay, Whoopi Goldberg. We're going to go with Whoopi Goldberg first. Whoopi Goldberg on The View said, kind of ridiculous. White, straight men have never been attacked for being white or straight. Well, first of all, Whoopi, sweetie, darling. First of all, I loved you in Star Trek. In fact, I think, is that all you've been in? Anything of relevant anyway? I mean, everything else you've done was just awful, Whoopi. Awful. Sister Act, what were you thinking, Whoopi? My God. But anyway, Whoopi, you're making the assumption that only white, straight males are going to go to the Straight Pride Parade. Why is that? Why do you think, are you now the ambassador of all the black and straight black people? Do you speak for your people, Whoopi? Because I don't, was there an election? Did I miss it? Or was that just a black thing that I don't know about? I'm just asking. So, first of all, that was an ignorant statement right there, saying white, straight man. That basically implied that only white, straight males are going to go to this. Second of all, now I know you're getting old, Whoopi. Baby, I know you are. You're still beautiful, but I know you're getting old. All right? But you're saying white, straight people have never been attacked for being white and or straight. What about Reginald Denny, Whoopi? Do you remember back in April of 1992? Remember that poor white guy that was just driving along during the LA riots and he took a wrong turn? A bunch of black people jumped out and beat the living fuck right out of him. Remember that? Remember that poor guy? He did nothing wrong. He just happened to be white and male. Now, I admit, they probably didn't know whether he was straight or gay or not. But at least 2 out of 3, that's pretty good. Don't you think? So, And then this redheaded girl. This beautiful ginger bitch. She said the nicest thing I ever thought I'd ever hear on that show. She said, well, maybe they're all just gay, but they're trying to show that they're not gay. They're closet gays, so they're trying to show how much pride they have. Well, by that logic, beautiful, doesn't that mean that all homosexuals are actually straight and they're having this parade to hide the fact that they're straight? I mean, that's a pretty, that was pretty stupid. I mean, that was a really stupid, and I thought you were bright. My point is, when I watched The View and they talked about this, it didn't seem like any of them did any real research. It's just they walked out and acted all emotional and used their emotion. And you know what? That's not the way to address a situation. Not a way at all. You shouldn't address any situation as, first off, always step back and think. Right? Like Chris Evans, Captain America. He was talking about how awful it was and blah, 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 and how it's terrible and they weren't oppressed. They don't deserve every day straight pride parade. All that stuff. And that's some of his, I'm paraphrasing him. Chris, you played Captain America. Did not any of his values sink into you? Because Captain America would have said, go ahead, straight pride people. You do it. You have a right as an American to do that. But you went, no. Fuck you, straight people. And you're straight. Or I think you are. I don't know. You are kind of pretty. I mean, Chris, if you and I were ever in prison together, I would protect you, Chris. I would. Anyway, my point is, a lot of bullshit was being spouted. Like, they don't deserve a parade because they've never suffered. Well, Santa's never suffered. I don't see you guys busting his balls. What else? What about Thanksgiving? In what way were we suffering to have our Thanksgiving parade? I mean, me as a Native American, maybe I should stand up and say I don't like Thanksgiving because it celebrates the fact that you've, stolen, raped, plundered our land, and completely decimated a population. But I don't because I don't give a fuck. It's a parade. All right? That's history. That's in the past. I view myself as a Native American. Well, I'm a mix, white and Native. But I view as my Native heritage as that was terrible, but that has nothing to do with me today. I can rise up and I can do something, or I can wallow in the past. And I chose to rise up and do stuff. I chose to, stay away from drugs and alcohol. I chose to get a job. I chose to raise a family. I chose to, am I overly successful? Well, depends on how you manage your sex. If you manage success as in wealthy, no, I'm not successful. If you manage success as in the fact that I have 4 beautiful children, a lovely wife, good friends, steady work, then I'm successful. My point is, I didn't use my heritage as a crutch. Okay? And I'm finding that the LGBTQ community are using the horrible things that happened in America as a crutch. Now, I'm not saying that America and North America is perfect for the LGBTQ community. It's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is you are now protected under the rights and laws as everyone else. So if something horrible happens to you and it can be proven, those people will be sought out and punished. Because one of the things that I'm hearing about is that the LGBTQ community hosts the Gay Pride Parade to bring awareness to gay pride. Okay, that's fair. Good. They also want to, it's a way of standing up to the other countries in the world. I.e. Brazil, Russia, other countries where you can be jailed, killed, whatever, horrible, nasty things to you because you're gay. Well, that is terrible. So when are we going to see you guys march over there? When are we going to see this gay pride parade where you're marching to make equal rights happen for them in those communities? Because that's what the founding members of the gay pride community did in North America. Right? They stood up in 1970 after Stonewall and said, well, we need to stop this. And they, this probably took years to do. And they fought for their rights to have a parade. Then they had a parade. And they had to be put up with the booing, the put-downs, as in, why do you need a gay pride parade? Why do you need to flaunt our nose in it? Why do you need this, blah, blah, blah? And they had to deal with constant being put down. Kind of like what's happening to the straight people right now, who are trying to have a parade. They're being constantly put down. But anyway, those 4 members stood up in the country that they were being persecuted in and marched. And now you guys are free to have a parade and walk around almost buck-ass naked. How is that wholesome? Right? I saw some videos. Just go to YouTube and type in Gay Pride Nude Parade, right? Or gay men walking nude in Pride Parade. So anything like that. And I did that, and bam, these guys are walking around, just nothing but a banana hammock on, swinging it around, acting like little sexual deviants in front of everybody. And the crowd are cheering them. Like, yay! Well, what? That's not going to happen at the Straight Pride Parade. You're not going to see a bunch of straight people walking around half naked, swinging the junk at everybody. At least I hope not. I hope we're better than that. But apparently that's acceptable in the gay community, and that's because you're celebrating peace, love, and equality. In fact, you've encouraged straight people to march with you. And they do. A lot of straight people will march with you guys. And they help organize the parade. And they help you guys out a lot. Because they stand by you. And what you're not realizing is what's going on in North America right now. Because you don't take the time. Yes, you talk about how, the gay, bi, and LGBTQ community stood up and organized this despite all the adversity in the past. But what you're forgetting is if the straight people in those people's lives weren't supportive, and the straight people in the forms of government weren't supportive, and the straight people who were making the laws at the time weren't trying to be supportive and helping out, you wouldn't have this parade. You wouldn't have those rights. You would still be jailed and beaten because you were gay. You would still have all these problems because you were gay. Right? Those freedoms that you fought for and you gained, you only gained them because you educated enough straight people to stand by you. Alright? And point of fact, look at Brazil, look at Russia, look at all those other countries. It's still 2019 and they're still being beaten and killed because they're gay. Right? Right? Because not enough straight people in power are saying, you're right, we should do this. This is wrong. So, when those same straight people came up to you guys and said, hey, that's a beautiful parade you're having. I love the fact that you're celebrating gay pride and who you are. And I love the fact that it's bringing so many people together. We would like to have a straight pride parade. You, high and mighty LGBTQ community, a pillar of the community, the very essence of good, turned your back on those same people that stood by you and said no. And you don't see the hypocriticism in that? Like, you don't see the little kind of backstabbing, nitpicking? Like, you don't see that? That's not something you can tell? Come on, you're all smarter than that. The reason why you don't want them to have a straight pride parade is because the parade was yours, or you felt it was yours, and you were like, that's not right. That's ours. Oh, we worked so hard for it. And you did. And we salute you. But here's the kicker. You're saying that these people have never been oppressed. But the guy who's trying to start the straight pride parade had to literally threaten discrimination suit against the city. All right? Already he's fighting an uphill battle. And here you are. And it's a lot easier to put these people down nowadays. Because in the 70s, people would walk up to the founding members of the gay pride community. And they'd walk up to them and pardon me, and say those horrible, horrible things, right? They'd say it in person. But at least you guys now have the safety of the internet, right? There's something on Twitter that was tweeted by Chasten, but I cannot pronounce his name. Buttiging. Anyway. He says, the question you want to ask yourself before organizing identity-based parade. Was it ever legal for me, was it ever illegal for me to be, what? Okay. Was it ever illegal for me to be allied with my identity? Can I be denied housing, health services because of how I was identified? Is it legal to kill me in other countries for how I identify? Such a stupid fucking thing to say, I think. What does any of that have to do? Like, again, that has nothing to do with straight pride. I mean, I understand that's happening to the LGBTQ community around the world. I get it, and I am opposed against it. Totally opposed to anyone getting hurt for their sexual orientation, their identity, their religious belief. But on that same thing, I cannot say I'm opposed to people being oppressed by that and then not stand up for the guys who want to have a straight pride parade. Right? So how can you say, I'm opposed to this and I want equal rights? This is kind of, I don't know, selective equality, wouldn't you say? Like, you're taking the time to mock these people for just doing something that isn't hurting you. This straight pride parade isn't going to hurt you in any way, shape, or form. If you don't want to go to it, don't go to it. But there's no need in pointing them all down. You're just a bunch of candy asses bitching about something to bitch about. Right? And you didn't really have any poignant things to say. In the end, it is not hurting anyone. It is not causing physical damage to anybody's property. It is not, stopping you guys from being who you are. They're not trying to stop, gay pride. They just want to have straight pride. Because there are three things, it seems now in this world, that you cannot be proud to say, to be proud of. You cannot be proud, and I'll say them in what I think is the order they're in. Number 3, straight pride. You can't say, I'm so proud to be straight. I'm proud to be straight. You can't do it. Because you get called a homophobe. You get called, other horrible names. I mean, the homophobe is the biggest one. But you get called ignorant. You get called stupid. You get told that you already have all the rights. Blah blah blah. Apparently not, because I can't say I'm straight and I'm proud without you crawling up my ass, and not in the fun way. Number 2. You cannot say you're proud to be male. You can't do it. If I was to get up on a podium and go, you know what? I'm a man and I'm proud. Oh my God, the feminists would crawl so far out my ass with a microscope and a canary. It'd be so freaking crazy. You wouldn't understand. It's nuts. Because the moment I say I'm proud to be male, I am automatically anti-feminism. Anti-feminist rights. Anti-Christ, maybe. But being proud to be male doesn't make me an anti-feminist. I am an anti-feminist, but for a different reason. I'm anti-feminazis. You know those hairy-lipped, ugly chicks that could never get a date to the prom, that are always bitching about everything under the sun? Yeah, those guys aren't no good to me. I have no use for them. But when you talk to real feminists, the one that talk with logic, facts, are polite, easy to get along with, and have legitimate claims, I love those guys. Those guys, we can talk all day long, and if there's ways I can help out the cause, you count me in. And then, number 1, you can't say you're proud to be white. Can't do it. I dare any white guy to go onto any podium or state on Facebook that they are proud to be white. I guarantee you are now anti-everything. You're anti-black, you're anti-Jew, you're anti-Asian. Everybody thinks you're a racist. The moment you say you're proud to be white, My God. Next thing you know, they're saying you're hanging out with the Grand Dragon. That doesn't make sense. Because if a black person says he's proud to be black, everyone goes, you should be proud to be black. That is great. Good for you. Gay person says I'm proud to be gay. You should be. You should be proud of that. Black gay guy says I'm proud to be black and gay. Oh my God, you're a hero. White guy says I am proud to be white and straight and male. Kill him! Kill it with fire! And that's just, how it is. It really is. Like, I mean, what a sad world we come into. Right? I mean, I am proud that I'm pale. I am pale as hell. And I am proud of that. Do you know why? Because that made my life a lot easier when I was younger. I mean, I would see my native friends go into a store and they would get followed and looked at, and because they were going to steal. But I walk in, white as rice. No one looked at me. And that's a sad thing. In fact, my grandmother used to touch my skin and say how good my skin is. And after a while, I realized she means white because she was raised to be, hateful of her native heritage. But people shouldn't be ashamed to be proud of their heritage. You shouldn't be ashamed to say you're proud to be white, black, Asian, Jew, Hispanic, whatever. Anything, Latina, whatever you're proud, whatever your race, gender, heritage is, you should be allowed to say you're proud to be that without fear of any real repercussions. Right? And I know a lot of you are already going to dismiss everything I've said. You're going to think that I'm just some ignorant guy talking on the internet. But I ask you, I challenge you to just get rid of the humor, get rid of the stuff I joke around about, the swearing, but actually listen to what I'm really trying to say, what I'm saying. Pay attention to that. Listen and really think it over. And if you still got a problem with it, and if you still don't agree with me, I welcome the debate. I would welcome for you to leave a comment down below or contact me at shanehalfyard@hotmail.com and give me your side of things. Right? And I'll read it on the air, and then we can debate back and forth. I encourage you to do so. All right? But anyway, that's it for today. You guys have a great weekend, and until next week, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.